Blake Griffin looked like his career was over in Detroit. I was just dead wrong. I thought he was going to suck for them. I thought he was done.
Really quick, before I begin, if you guys can smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, this seriously makes a huge difference to my videos and lets YouTube know to recommend this video to a brand new audience. So thank you so much for doing that, and let's begin.
So, look, I have some blind spots. I'm not perfect doing this for a living as a writer, as a podcaster. I have some blind spots with high school or foreign draft prospects in the NBA. People that I can't watch in a normal conventional game setting. I have some issues with that. I also have issues, apparently, deciding somebody is washed up and they're not. Because I missed on a couple guys here that are factors in these playoffs. Blake Griffin looked like his career was over in Detroit. It looked like he was physically broken, that he had no athletic ability. He left. He has now reinvented himself as like kind of the perfect glue guy for a team that can play small ball five with him. He's got toughness. He throws some cheap shots. There's elbows. He's hitting guys in the back. He's diving for loose balls.
Offensive fouls.
Take somebody's ACL. Yeah, he's lurching around. And here's a guy who, for A, I thought was washed up, but B, has been in a lot of playoff games. You know, and it's like you have this guy as a quote-unquote role guy, glue guy, who isn't really afraid of the moment, who's been in a lot of big games, who probably thinks he's a little better than he is because he was, you know, a first-team All-NBA guy 6-7 years ago, but is still a really, really important asset. And I was just dead wrong. I thought he was going to suck for them. I thought he was done. Missed on that one.
I'll admit, I have a hard time with some of that too because guys can look done, but then you have to understand like how much better it is playing with all of these awesome players. Not even when it's the three guys, because it wasn't that. It's two of the three, and how much it opens it up for you.
Wait, I have an important question playing off that, and you're probably the only person on the earth who can answer this correctly. Because I was thinking about this. I was really trying to figure out, Blake Griffin, what happened here? How do you go from being done in December, January, where it's like actually kind of painful and I feel bad watching you, to now being the guy I saw in that game one? You figure like, if you got nothing to play for, you're making a ton of money, you've had 8 surgeries, you're physically broken down. There's a process that you would probably have to do to get your body ready, right, to play, right? Now, you're a guy who's known to lift some weights from time to time. And
I feel like a steroid accusation is coming.
No, it's not a steroid accusation.
Oh.
But there's a process to get you ready, right? Where you have to do certain things for your body. Is it possible that when your season's going south in Detroit, the grind of like, oh, fuck, I got to get up at 6:30 and work out with my personal trainer for 3 hours, maybe you just kind of start punting on stuff? But now you get to Brooklyn and you're like, holy shit, I have a chance to win the title. And it's almost like the person who got divorced, who is out there single again. And now it's like, oh, I'm getting a trainer. I'm cutting out sugar. No more carbs for me. I'm going to fucking look good because I have to start dating. Is that possible, what happened to Blake? Because it doesn't add up who the guy from the start of the season was to the guy now.
Yeah, but we just found it out like with Batum. I think it's the motivation of your surroundings. So it might have been working out. It might have been him changing something. I mean, look, maybe it's different with Blake. If it were a different player, we would have heard about every single dietary change. And it just, every single sideline reporter would bring it up. And then like a month straight, we're like, okay, you're on a fucking plant diet. I got it. You know what I mean? I've heard every single person bring it up at this point. I haven't really heard any of that stuff with him, but I think it's a motivating factor of being around those guys as opposed to, the Detroit thing got so bad. Every time you'd watch the Pistons on a League Pass game, which was every night, because I think they played 180 games this year. I swear to God, every time I'd start my routine, 4 o'clock, who's on? Oh, Detroit's on again. It was like everybody was, it was like broadcasting a game with a dead guy. Like, oh, Blake's
right
there.
It was dunked since 2019.
So I think as much as we can have a hard time figuring out if somebody's done or not, we're probably in too much of a hurry to say somebody's completely done and can offer up nothing. And especially at 32, like I get the injuries part of it, but I think he's a good reminder that as bad as somebody can look, if they're still young enough and they pass their physical, and if they're motivated and they have a better chance and they're not really asked to do anything and they want to accept a completely different role from who they've been, somebody who has, he's played in a lot of big games. But
he always tried really hard, and I think that's what he's carried over this Nets thing.
Yeah. I think he's always been really aggressive.
gave a
Yeah,
shit. I never saw him like mailing games, anything.